Hey everyone, Sam here from Silly Stories for Kids. Guess what? Here's another story made up on the spot just for you. We hope you enjoy it. Okay, let's go. One day, 5 little kids named Rosie, Indy, Heidi, Reuben and Oscar were all at Rosie's house. Now, they were sitting in the front yard playing a game. They were jumping on rocks and jumping from one to the other. Look, I'm going over here. Oh, I'm going to jump to this one, said Reuben. Watch me jump over here, said Heidi. Hey, everybody, yelled a voice. They looked across and running down the street, there was a panda. Oh, hello, said Rosie. Who are you? I'm Panda Pete. I'm so excited that you're all here because I was looking for some friends to come on an adventure. Do you want to come with me? Said Panda Pete. Maybe, said the kids. Let's just ask Poppy. So Rosie went inside and asked her Poppy, and he said yes. So the kids were very excited. They raced back outside. Hey, Panda Pete, we're allowed to come on your adventure. Hooray, said Panda Pete. All right, come with me. We gotta go a very, very, very long way. All right, hooray. The kids followed Panda Pete, and he ran straight to the lamppost. What are we doing here? Said Heidi. Well, this is the only way to get to all the places that we need to go. Okay, are you ready? Said Panda Pete. I think so, said Oscar. But what do you mean the only way to get to all the places we need to go? Well, said Panda Pete. He opened a door in the side of the lamppost. What? Lampposts don't have doors. Well, they don't to all the people that don't know where to look for them, said Panda Pete. He ushered all the kids inside, and when they got in there was some kind of strange handle. Okay, Reuben, you hold on to the handle and beep, 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 beep. He started pressing a bunch of buttons on some kind of strange control panel. Okay, Reuben, pull the handle. Are you sure, Panda Pete? Yes, I am sure, he said. And Reuben pulled the handle. There was a big electrical noise, and all of a sudden the kids got sucked up the power pole and... It was like they were getting blasted along the power lines. They could feel this strange kind of buzzing and tingling as they flew around until eventually they arrived in a different power pole. This looks a little bit strange, and it feels quite warm. Where are we? They said. They opened the door and, oh my goodness, they were in the middle of a very hot, deserty looking place. Where are we? They looked around. I think, are they pyramids? Said Indy. The kids all looked. Well, hey, said Panda Pete. It is the pyramids. We must have come to Egypt. How did we get to Egypt? Said Reuben. Well, there's a very secret power pole transportation device. What? A power pole transportation device? Said Oscar. Yes, said Panda Pete. It is very special and has very, very cool features. Wow, said Heidi. That's incredible. Yes, but we need to go do something very important. What's that? Well, I brought these, said Panda Pete as he handed each of the kids. Is that a mat? Yes, you need a mat for what we're about to be doing. Come with me, said Panda Pete. So the kids all started running off after Panda Pete. He was running and skipping and jumping and clicking his feet together. He seems very happy, said Rosie. Yeah, said Indy, super happy. I wonder what we're going to do, said Oscar. They ran after Panda Pete holding their mats, and then Panda Pete started running straight towards the pyramids. As they got closer, Panda Pete got even faster and faster. Come on, it's so exciting, said Panda Pete. Okay, said the kids, trying to keep up. They raced and raced, and then Panda Pete started running up the pyramids. It was a very steep run. He found a very special path that helped them get to the top a lot quicker, and they raced until they were standing at the top of a very, very big pyramid. Panda Pete, what are we doing here? Said Rosie. Well, has everybody still got their mats? Yes, said the kids. Well, yippee, said Panda Pete as he jumped into the air onto his mat and started sliding down the side of the pyramid. Oh, well, I guess we better follow him, said Reuben, jumping on his mat and sliding off after Panda Pete. Yahoo, he yelled. The other kids joined in too. They jumped on their mats and started sliding down the side of the pyramid. It was so much fun. They were going so fast. Yahoo, said Panda Pete. The kids were so excited, and it was getting faster and faster until they zoomed all the way to the bottom of the pyramid and slowly slid to a stop. That was incredible, said the kids. Yeah, it was the best, said Panda Pete. Let's go. As he stood up, some security guards came running from all different directions. They were yelling in a different language that the kids couldn't understand, but they knew that they were in trouble. Quick, said Panda Pete. We better go. You're not meant to climb the pyramids. Oh dear, said the kids. Quick, run. They started running with Panda Pete, and he ran straight towards a power pole. He opened the door and climbed inside. "Okay, Rosie, grab that handle." Okay, said Rosie. She grabbed onto the handle, and Panda Pete started pressing more buttons. Beep, 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 beep. They could hear the yelling getting closer. "Pull it," said Panda Pete. So she pulled the handle. They felt the electric tingling once again, and they disappeared. As they buzzed along the power lines, they wondered where they could be going this time. And as they zoomed to the stop at the next pole, they opened the door to look outside. It was freezing cold. "Panda Pete, where are we?" I'm not quite sure. I just pressed lots of random buttons to get us out of there." They looked around. There was snow everywhere. When the kids stepped out of the power pole, they were so cold. "I didn't bring warm enough clothes for this," they said. "Don't worry," said Panda Pete. "I've got these." He pulled something out of his pocket, and it looked like, They are very tiny panda suits. "Panda suits," said the kids. "They're very warm." He threw a panda suit at each one of the kids, and they started to stretch and get bigger and bigger and bigger until they were big enough to fit on the kids. They put on the panda suits. It was very warm. "Oh, this is nice." They started to walk around a lot more comfortably. As they were walking around in the snow, they were looking around to try and work out where they were. There were a few little buildings, but not many. As they were looking around, some people in one of the buildings must have spotted them and came racing outside. "What are you pandas doing?" they yelled. "Quick, get inside! There's a snowstorm coming!" "Oh, okay," said Panda Pete. "Quick, come on, kids!" They raced towards the door and they walked inside. As they walked in, it was nice and warm in there, so the kids decided to take off their panda suits. As they started unzipping them, the people inside were very confused. All of a sudden, 5 little pandas were now little children. How did you get here? This is Antarctica." "Oh, we were wondering where we were," said Panda Pete. "Antarctica," said Oscar. "That's incredible. We must be close to the South Pole." "Yes, I wonder if my cousin is here." "Your cousin? Who's your cousin?" "Well, his name's Patrick Polar Bear." Panda Pete," said Rosie.
"Yes?"
"There's no polar bears at the South Pole."
"Oh, it would be nice to be able to see Patrick. I haven't seen him in a while." "Oh, yes, he lives at the North Pole."
"Oh, that makes a lot more sense," said Heidi. As the people inside the building were sitting looking at the kids, they said, "Well, we're not sure we're going to have enough supplies to be able to look after you kids as well. How did you get here?" "Well," said Reuben, "there's a very special type of transportation." Panda Pete covered his mouth.
"Shh, we can't tell people."
"Oh, okay. Magic?" said Oscar. "Oh, well, I hope that you can magically get out of here very quickly because when this storm comes, you're going to be stuck here for the next 2 weeks." "2 weeks," said Indy. "What? We better get going. Quick, pop your panda suits back on." So the kids popped back on their panda suits and then they said goodbye to the people. "Thanks for having us. We'll see you next time," they said. Okay, said the people, waving, very confused, as 5 little pandas and 1 bigger panda raced towards a power pole. They seemed to open something in the side and jump inside. Did you just see that? "I think this cold's making us go crazy," said one of the other researchers. Oh dear. As the kids climbed inside the power pole, Panda Pete started punching buttons in once again. "Okay, Indy, your turn. Grab hold of that handle." Okay, said Indy. So she grabbed hold of the handle. Panda Pete finished pressing the buttons that he had.
"I'm pretty sure I know where this one goes,"
he said as Indy pulled the handle. The tingling started once more, and they got zapped into the power system. When they arrived at the next power pole, they came out. It seemed like quite a normal-looking place. There was one house all by itself. "Where are we?" said Heidi.
"Well, I think you'll like this one," said Panda Pete.
Panda Pete went walking over towards the house.
"Now, we need to be very, very sneaky," he said.
Okay, said the kids, still wearing their panda suits. They slowly crept towards the house and started to peek in through the window. As they had a look, they could see one little teddy bear sitting on a chair reading a book. Is that Teddywinkle?" said Oscar.
"It is Teddywinkle. I thought maybe before we went home we could play a quick trick on Teddywinkle."
"Oh, that's a good idea," said the kids. "But what trick are we going to play?"
"Well,"
said Panda Pete, and he pulled all the kids together and whispered to them all the plans. The kids were giggling. "Okay, I think we can do it." So, as the kids all looked like identical pandas, they had a very fun, exciting little plan. First, Rosie went and knocked on the door. As she did, she sat down. When Teddy Winkle came to the door and opened it,
Hey, what's a panda doing on my front doorstep? Hello, little panda. What are you doing here?
Rosie looked up, and then she rolled sideways into the garden.
Hey, where'd you go?
Teddy Winkle started looking in the garden to see where the panda had gone, and all of a sudden, the panda seemed to be inside his house.
Hey, how'd you get in there?
He said. He ran inside to try and chase that panda. That panda started running around the house trying to get away from Teddy Winkle. It dove into one of the cupboards, and as Teddy Winkle was getting close, it seemed to be in his kitchen all of a sudden.
What? How'd you get into the kitchen?
He said. He raced into the kitchen to go see what the panda was doing. The panda was standing on top of the kitchen bench holding a bag of flour. It threw the bag of flour in the air, said Teddy Winkle, as the flour started to fall down towards him. And as he was getting covered in flour, all of a sudden, the panda seemed to be turning on his TV.
Hey, how'd you get to the TV? This is very confusing,
said Teddy Winkle as he raced towards the TV to try and catch the panda. He raced in, and as he was getting close, that panda dove behind the couch and then all of a sudden appeared in his bathtub.
What? Hang on, how'd you get in the bath?
Teddy Winkle raced towards the bath to try and work out what was going on, and as he ran into the bathroom, all of a sudden, 4 pandas appeared at the door behind him.
What? There's 5 pandas?
No, said Panda Pete. There is 6 pandas.
Panda Pete, what are you doing here? And what? Hang on. Were you playing a trick on me?
All of a sudden, the kids couldn't hold in their laughter any longer. They all started to laugh and laugh and laugh.
Hey, those pandas sound like kids,
said Teddy Winkle. They are kids, said Panda Pete, as the kids unzipped their panda suits and popped out. Hi, Teddy Winkle, they said.
What? Oh, that was so funny,
said Teddy Winkle.
Oh, thank you so much for playing a fun trick on me. My day had been a little bit lonely. I hadn't had anything to do today.
Well, we're so glad that we could have fun.
Yeah, having fun's the best.
Okay, kids, we've had lots of fun today, but we better get you back home, said Panda Pete. Okay, said the kids. Bye, Teddy Winkle, they all said.
Bye, kids,
said Teddy Winkle, as the kids raced back out the front of Teddy Winkle's house and into the power pole. Okay, Panda Pete, do you know the right combination?
I'm pretty sure it's this one, beep, beep, and this one, beep, and then these ones. Beep, 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 beep. Yep, that's the one. Okay, who wants to pull the handle?
I think we should all pull the handle together, said Rosie. Great idea, said all the kids. So they all grabbed onto the handle and pulled it at the same time. They got zapped back into the power lines once more, and they buzzed all the way back to the power pole at the front of their house. As they stepped out of the power pole, the kids had the biggest smiles on their faces. They'd had such a fun day. Rosie's puppy was sitting on the front porch waiting, and as they walked towards the house, he called out to them. Hey kids, what did you get up to? Said Rosie's puppy. Well, said Rosie, I don't think you'd believe us, even if we told you. And that is the end of the story.
This story is brought to you by the Panda Pete Electrical Company. Are you sick of getting stuck with high power bills? Use Panda Pete's Electrical Company, where at least for the high power bills, you get to go to all kinds of places through the power lines. Yeah, it's so much fun. We hope that you've been enjoying silly stories for kids. Make sure to leave a review wherever you find your podcast and share it with one of your friends. Want to help us continue to make more stories? Head over to the website for ways that you might be able to get involved. This has been me, Panda Pete.
And me, Sam. We'll see you soon.